Water is the most precious gift of nature. It is vital for the survival of all living beings on this earth, be it man or woman, flora or fauna. Nobody can mark their existence without water. It is our responsibility to be cautious and preserve it for the generations to come, as without water, there is no life.
Water has unique properties, and these unique properties are mainly meant for human welfare and the living beings which are in aquatic system. Not only aquatic system, living beings, but also for our plant community. For example, if we see, water is the only substance available on this earth which has the higher density when it is in liquid state than it is in solid state. This helps in protecting the aquatic living beings in the water bodies. What happens when this water in cold areas freezed? It is the system which floats on the water body, and the lower portion which is liquid in the form of water, and this solid ice form, this acts as a insulator, and the lower temperature does not decrease and does not freeze. Because of that, it saves whatever the living bodies are there in the system, that remains alive. If the system would have been reversed, then till today no living beings would have been available in the water bodies, because it will start freezing from the bottom, and whatever the living beings will be there, they will be killed. That is why we say it is very precious gift to the human being. Now the anthropogenic processes are deteriorating the quality of this nature's gift. In many cases, we are deteriorating the quality of water.
Water these days is getting polluted, and hence drinkable water is decreasing day by day. Now, let us study the effects of water pollution and how can it be controlled. It is the most common problem of inland water bodies like lakes, rivers, etc., which get polluted with nitrogen and phosphorus runoff from fertilizers used in agriculture practices and discharge of phosphate-rich sewage effluent. The phosphate problems reflects not only a larger human population but also the modern tendency of more people living in urban areas and the development of municipal sewage systems. Eutrophication is the indication of deteriorative status of water body. It generates acute economical as well as ecological problems.
Eutrophication is one of the process which is taking place mainly because of the pollutions caused by the human beings in water quality. Addition of nitrates, addition of phosphorus, addition of chlorides, these are deteriorating the water quality not only of surface water bodies but also groundwater. We are continuously exploiting groundwater, which is not only depleting the groundwater resources, but it is also affecting the quality of water, and that quality is affecting the human being, plant community, as well as the aquatic system of the water bodies.
Good quality water resources are essential for human and livestock drinking purposes. Industries, fisheries, and recreational amenities also demand good water quality. In an aquatic ecosystem, nitrates and phosphates are playing important role for limiting primary productivity. Additional nitrate and phosphate favor an increase in rapidly growing phytoplankton species. As it takes longer for consumer organisms to increase in number in altered environmental condition, thus a good amount of primary production remain unconsumed by these organisms. This excess primary product enters the decomposition pathway. Breakdown of this material to simple inorganic nutrients is an oxygen-demanding process. Thus, dissolved oxygen levels may be reduced below the limits essential for the growth and reproduction of other species. In extreme cases, death of fish and other species takes place. Their subsequent decomposition also results into dissolved oxygen depletion, and situation at this juncture becomes worse for the ecosystem. Eutrophication is not a temporary problem. It not only influences the physical, chemical and biological characters of the water body, but also affects the life of other living beings and human beings dependent on that aquatic system. Human health may be affected by consuming polluted water for drinking and personal hygiene purposes, or using it for agriculture industries, recreation, or living in close visiting of polluted water body. Water gets polluted through various ways. A wide range of diseases, denoted as waterborne diseases, can be differentiated on the basis of sources of pollution and type of pollutants. On this basis, there are two main groups: A. Pathogenic diseases, B. Non-pathogenic diseases.
One of the main problems with water pollution is waterborne diseases, especially in developing countries and poor countries. Waterborne diseases are caused by pathogens, that means microorganisms which cause diseases. These pathogens, they gain entry into the water body through leaking sewage pipes, which may be because of faulty valves or because of old pipes or because of a faulty design in the sewage plant. Once these pathogens enter the water body, they can be consumed either directly by the person or indirectly through food. There are various types of waterborne diseases. For example, viral diseases like viral hepatitis A and E, then typhoid fevers, both typhoid fever and paratyphoid fever, then cholera, and then melioidosis, and then you have viral diarrhea. You have certain other bacterial viral diseases like poliomyelitis also, which is caused by pathogens carried in the water. You have helminthic diseases like roundworms, threadworms, hydatid, and also amoebiasis and giardiasis. There are certain vectors in the water, polluted water, which can carry the parasite to the body. For example, cyclops, which carry the guinea worm, or snails, which cause schistosomiasis. Other diseases which can be caused by water is because water, especially stagnant water, it acts as a breeding place for mosquitoes, and even freshwater collections can act as breeding places for mosquitoes, which carry the malarial parasite and also spread viral diseases like dengue and chikungunya.
Pathogenic diseases are caused by many microorganisms like viruses, bacteria, and protozoans, which are commonly present in the sewage and domestic wastes of organic nature. This waste material if reaches the freshwater body, increases the pathogenic microbial count, and such water becomes hazardous for human consumption. Common waterborne diseases are cholera, Vibrio cholerae, bacillary dysentery, Shigella species, typhoid, Salmonella typhi, diarrhea, Escherichia coli, leptospirosis, Leptospira species, infectious hepatitis, hepatitis virus, amoebiasis, Entamoeba histolytica, dracontiasis, guinea worm, dystomatosis, Phaseolina species, Dicrocolium species, Ascariasis, Ascaris lumbricades. Apart from consumption of water, direct contact with polluted water during swimming, water skiing, and other recreational activities, pathogens seek entry through penetration of skin or mucous membrane and cause diseases. Some of the common contact diseases are Schistosomiasis. It is chronic disease characterized by loss of energy and reduction in resistance. It is chiefly caused due to 3 species of Trematoda, namely Cyst, Soma mansoni, species Japonicum, and species Hematibium. Persons taking bath in lakes may suffer from swimmer's itch. This dermatitis is also caused by cystosomes. Leptospirosis. It is a bacterial infection of wild and domestic animals. Leptospira, excreted in water, comes in contact with human skin and mucous membrane, causes leptospirosis in man. Non-pathogenic diseases. The increased amount of various inorganic and organic compounds in the aquatic system leads to many disorders in living beings, including human beings, dependent on such water. Some of the common diseases are methemoglobinemia or blue body disease. It is caused by high concentration of nitrate in water. This disease is prevalent in infants. The reaction of nitrate with hemoglobin produces matte hemoglobin, which strangles the oxygen carrying capacity of the tissue. Fluorosis. If the amount of fluoride is high in drinking water, it can cause cumulative, which damages the skeleton. The initial symptoms of fluoride pollution are expressed as mottling of teeth and outward bending of legs from the knees, called knock-knee syndrome. Prolonged intake of fluoride causes stiffness of the bone joints, particularly of vertebral column, leading to development of human hump. Similarly, higher concentration of arsenic, lead, mercury, cadmium, chromium, and various radioactive substances are also causing diseases in human beings. The important symptoms of these metallic compound-mediated diseases are methylmercury, Mina-Matter disease, number of limbs, lips and tongue. Loss of muscle control causes deafness, blurring vision, clumsiness, apathy, and mental deterioration. Affects the control of central nervous system. Lead, liver and kidney damage, reduced hemoglobin formation, mental retardation, fertility and pregnancy abnormalities. Children may suffer from both macrocephaly or convulsions or both. Arsenic, mental disturbance, liver cirrhosis, hyperkeratosis. Kidney damage causes black foot disease. Cadmium, bone deformation, kidney damage, testicular atrophy. Anemia, damaged central nervous system and liver. Hypertension causes Itai disease. Zinc, vomiting, renal damage, cramps. Chromium, nephritis, gastrointestinal ulceration, cancer. Radioactive isotopes are toxic to life forms. These get accumulated in bones and teeth and causes serious disorders in human beings. The inorganic and organic pollutants in water affect aquatic vegetation adversely. These may favor growth and reproduction of some species, while on the other hand, these may prove lethal to many other species. Thus, pollutants are responsible for reduction of species diversity in the system, which is a negative sign for the ecosystem. In many cases, toxic effects of chemicals were found to be responsible to vanish the flora and fauna of the aquatic system. Suspended solids such as silt and coal may injure the gills of fish and cause asphyxiation. The oxygen depletion due to pollution load and eutrophication leads to death of aquatic animals. Water bodies receiving industrial and municipal effluent indicate various physical changes too. For example, color of water and offensive odor. This prevents growth of freshwater plants and animals. Polluted water having acidic or alkaline nature corrodes concrete and metal pipes. Pollution of water bodies can be controlled through practicing following measures. The catchment and feeders of the rivers, lakes, ponds, and streams should be regularly monitored. These should not carry pollutants. Industrial plants should follow recycling operations. Sewage and industrial effluents should be properly treated through physical, chemical, and biological processes to minimize pollution load prior to release it in water body. The impact due to suspended solids may be minimized by controlling discharge of waste containing suspended solids. Such waste is treated for precipitation. Wastes containing high total dissolved solid should be treated for separation of liquid and residue. Residues are used for controlled landfills. Cooling towers can be used to convert once-through systems into closed systems. Treated wastewater can be used as cooling water makeup. Cooling water can be processed or stored in artificial ponds until the difference in temperature between it and receiving water is nearly equal. Waste containing radioactive substances should be treated separately by means of dewatering procedure. Solids or brine should be disposed of with special care. The most important and effective solution for environmental pollution control lies in social awareness and public participation.
There are many control measures for that. The most important thing in agriculture in India is the awareness. Still the people are very less aware about the way we are depleting the water, as well as we are affecting the quality of water available on this earth. So first and foremost important aspect is that we have to create the awareness how to control the this deterioration of quality of irrigation, or you can say the water bodies.
By following some very simple precautionary measures, we can help in keeping water bodies neat and tidy. Minimize the use of synthetic detergents. Do not immerse idols, flowers, and domestic wastes in water bodies.
One type of pollution peculiar to our country is caused by pollution due to immersions of idols. And when the idols, which are made of non-biodegradable products like plastic, cement and plaster of Paris and painted with toxic dyes, are immersed in water bodies, they contaminate the water bodies, and this may harm the crops when it is used for irrigation. It may harm people when it is used or consumed for drinking purposes. The paints contain heavy metals like lead, mercury, cadmium, and these are extremely toxic to the humans, and also it may harm the aquatic life in the water body, that is in the river, and affect the food chain. That means it may go from the fish to the human body.
Avoid cremation of dead bodies on the river banks and submergence of ash. Adopt organic farming. Minimize the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and weedicides.
Agriculture is the biggest sector which is utilizing the water. It is accounting around 70% of the world utilization of water and around 90% in the developing countries. Now, recently, as we are seeing that we are depleting the water resources and we are affecting the quality of irrigation water, that it is very important to enhance the resource use efficiency or the water use efficiency, or another term we can say the water productivity is very essential. We have to improve the water productivity of irrigation water in the country. There are a lot of measures for this enhancing the water productivity of irrigation water, mainly by adopting micro irrigation systems like drip system or sprinkler system. By using flood system, we are enhancing we are increasing the losses of water, and therefore it gives very little very poor resource use efficiency of water. That is why by adopting micro irrigation systems like drip system and your sprinkler system, we can enhance the productivity of water. Like soil, we have to enhance the productivity of water also.
It is the duty of every individual to maintain the cleanliness of surrounding. Hence, personal and public attention is needed to save fresh water bodies of our country.